I'm here today on Mother's Day to give you book reviews about mothers. I'll do 6 for Sunday, 6 for mothers of daughters, and 6 for mothers of boys. Here's a good one. Dear Killer by Catherine Ewell is a horror book. It's a psychological thriller, and it is the mother has taught the daughter how to be a serial killer. Isn't that nice? And there's a lot of killings in the book, although it doesn't go into a lot of gore, which I appreciated. It's very good, and I just kept reading because I wanted to see her caught. It's hard for me to give a 5 to a book when I don't like the main character, but so I gave it a 4. My husband loved it too. He gave it a 5. It's a good book. And it was written, it was the author's first book. I think she was 17 when she wrote it. Next we have Handle with Care by Jodi Picoult. And this is about two sisters. The one is has a rare bone disease, is very sickly. Like if she falls down, she'll break her bones, or she'll bump into something, she might break a bone. And the mother files a lawsuit for a wrongful birth, lawsuit instead of wrongful death, because she contends that if she had known ahead of time that Willow would be having this terrible bone disease, that she would have had her aborted. So, wow, it is an excellent read, very interesting. There's a lot of emotion tied with this, and my husband and I both liked it. This is Heartwood by Belva Plain. And in this book, actually, you should read Evergreen first, and it goes through a whole series. It's a family saga drama about relationships. It's all about relationships and just life problems in general. And the mother has 3 older children, and so they each have their own families. It's an interesting read if you're into family stories, family relationships.
Okay, Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. This book is such a complex family book about family relations, and it's 2 sisters who are very different, but one thing they have in common is that they feel unloved by their mother because she's so aloof. But when their father dies, he makes the mother promise him that she will tell the girls about her background in Russia. And she tells them through a fairy tale that she started it a long time ago and she never finished it, and so in the hopes that they would be able to mend the relationship. It's a very excellent read. This is the first book I read by Kristen Hanna, and I had to read more after this. I enjoyed it very much.
Next we have a thriller, Now You See Her by James Patterson. Yep. This is about Nina, a successful lawyer, but she's living under a fake identity, and she's lying to everybody, including her daughter, just to protect her, in order to protect the daughter. A very good read. It's excellent. It has such interesting twists, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5+ stars. Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother. And this is by Amy Chua. This is a nonfiction book. Amy is a professor at Yale University. She's a mother of 2 daughters and 2 dogs. And she raised her daughters according to Chinese culture because she contends that the Chinese are better at raising children than those of the West. It's an interesting book. There's a lot of Chinese culture, and my husband liked it. He agreed with her. He said she's right on that. and I thought she was a little intense and a bit nuts. So you'll have to read it and let us know what you think of it. Start with Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty, I think it is. This is an excellent read. It's a mystery, actually, and it's about a group of moms of kindergartners and their little clique and stuff, and they're talking about everybody. At the beginning you find out there's been a murder, but you don't know who was murdered and you don't know who did it. So all through the book you're learning little pieces of the puzzle as the detectives are questioning the different witnesses. It's very interesting and cleverly written. My husband and I love this, and we gave it 5+ stars. It's a good read. Another book I have, Mothers of Boys, is it's very shocking. I read it a long time ago, and I still remember it. The mother is just a monster, and it's just so sad that this kid went through. And the thing is, this is nonfiction. The guy that wrote the book is the child that was called it. So it's a quick read, but it's a powerful, tearjerker, emotional read. You just feel so aggravated with this mother, you want to strangle her. Next we have You Don't Want to Know by Lisa Jackson. This poor mother lives in a dysfunctional family. She's had mental problems in the past, and she has a son that went missing when he was 2 years old. And so she thinks he's still alive, and they're all convincing her that no, he's dead. And so it's a good mystery. It's about betrayal, revenge, hatred. This family is living in a house of horrors. It's just a very captivating book, and you think, oh wow. 5 stars. My husband and I both liked it. Room by Emma Donoghue. This was narrated by the little kid. Okay, I think he's 7 years old, and he's only lived in one room his whole life because his mother was kidnapped, and when she had him, he was born in that one room, and the kidnapper never let him go out. It's a story of how he grows up, and his whole world is just that one room, and how she tries to protect him, and all she does, she's always trying to protect him. My husband and I both liked it. Red Queen. What a mother in this one. The queen is the mother, and the 2 sons are the princes. And wow, this is a book of fantasy that has lots of twists and turns in it. Highly recommend it. This is an awesome book. It's first in a series, and I am anxiously waiting for the next one to come out. Okay, this is a non-fiction book for mothers of boys. It's written by Laura Lee Groves, and it has tips. The name of it is I'm Outnumbered, One Mom's Lessons in the Lively Art of Raising Boys. It has good tips, and it makes parenting sound like a lot of fun. I would highly recommend this book. It's sprinkled with humor. It has short chapters, so you can just catch it, in between busyness stuff and read a chapter at a time that way. And it has scripture, and it's a very enjoyable read. So, if you have boys, I would think it would be helpful for you. Those are my books about moms. There's a lot more, but these are the ones that I was able to get from the library. And so, these are the ones I went with.